Okay, so if you live in the UK, you've probably been to secondary school at one point, right? Well, that is if you're not a fetus that just came out of the womb 2 days ago. But for the people that did go, aka me, you're probably gonna have a similar experience to my experience going to secondary school. I can't speak for the whole of the UK and how their secondary school was, but I could definitely speak for those who live in the London Borough. So let me take you on a trip starting all the way from the beginning of year 7 to the end of year 11. Ya ready? Let's do this. Year 7. Now for most people, year 7 is usually the most nerve-wracking year and the most stressful. Actually, I would disagree, and I would actually say year 11 is because you gotta do your GCSE. Shut up. No one really cares about GCSEs like that. Character development plays a big part in year 7. You'll find yourself falling into these little groups. Most cases, some people be the class clown, you get the quiet group, and we have been a star role in that group. You get your typical tough boy / tough girl with their side chick. You get the class geek, you get the emo. The emos don't actually exist at that point. They still gotta grow into the emo phase. At that point, they're just kind of like finding themselves. And then you got your pretty boy / pretty girl, which in most cases they do end up dating because the whole school ships them like Titanic. And you know, they have their respected fan base of simps. I may have been one of the simps. But look, okay, the girl had a nice smile, okay? I don't know what that smile did to me, but that smile was just, oof. I mean, she had gap teeth. I'm gonna have to keep it real. There was a very big visible gap between the teeth. But, you know, that wasn't that much of a problem. I had gap teeth, but when I was 7. So, for the most part, my year 7 was kind of depressing, not gonna lie. I mean, I had some friends, but in most cases, I was usually on my ones. Sometimes it was by choice. Sometimes it's just the way it was. Literally, I remember the first day of year 7 at lunch, bro. I did not spend a single time with anyone. I was just literally running in the flipping playground like I was fucking Sonic, bro. I was doing laps around the playground. I was in flipping Green Hill Zone playing with Sonic. Let's go! You're way past us! But year 7 isn't always that fiddles because you will get picked on by the elder year. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this happens in any school, not only UK, okay? You will get picked on by the elder year. Literally, I remember like the first day when they were doing like the lineup organizations and the classes. They were like, okay, Jimmy, you're in red class. Benson, you're in brown class.
Why brown?
Julie, you're in green. Now, at that time, my school had like 15 doors outside that you could go in from the playground, yeah? For some reason, only 2 of the 15 doors worked. So we're all trying to cram into this little ass space, bro. And I'm just waiting my turn, yeah? Just patiently. And then randomly, I just got banged in the back of my arm. Like, bang, like full bang, hard, bro. And I just slightly look back and I just see this big black guy, bro. Fucking year 11. Even the guy behind him was like, bro, do you even know that guy? No, I can't lie. I just did it, bro. I don't even know why. Bro, I cannot tell you how quick tears started bubbling from my eyes, bro. Thing is, I didn't even flinch when that shit happened. So he must have thought I was a Terminator, bro. But that shit hurt, bro. Because I was too shy. There was no way I was going to turn around. But inside, I was fucking... And I will never forget that. That shit hurt for like 3 days, bro. But as for the subjects in year 7, for me, the subjects were all right. I mean, most people may have hated them, but I didn't mind doing shit. Like, my favorite subject was PE. I like doing music as well. That's a lie. No, that's a lie. I really like English for some reason. I was very good at writing poems for some reason. But you want to know the best thing about all of that is that Mrs. Pretty Girl, we're just going to call her Jenny. Yeah. So Jenny was in all of my classes. Like, every now and then our eyes would intertwine with each other, and every now and then she would wave at me and I would just stand there like,
Do it while you can, because it should not be much longer.
can you get to your next lesson, man, you dork? Anyways, for the most part, I didn't hate year 7. Out of 10, I'd give it a 5. There was more bad than good. as a whole, it wasn't awful. Like, I still had fun. Like, we went on trips. The trips were pretty good. You'll go on pretty nice trips in year 7. My favorite time was Christmas because we got to watch. My favorite time was Christmas because we got to watch. My favorite time was Christmas because we got to watch. What we got to watch. Anyways, moving on to year 8. Now, year 8, a big thing comes into play in year 8. Sets. Now, you're probably wondering, there's sets in year 7, you know. They're not introduced in year 8. I know that, but listen. So I was just there chilling in maths with my brethren, and then a teacher just randomly goes, okay, Michael, can you go to A29, please? And then my brother was like, oh, you're moving up, congrats. In my head, I'm like, there's no way I'm moving up. Surely not. Like, I must be moving down, bro. At that time, they were moving people around because we just literally did a test. So I kind of knew what was going on already. So then I'm just walking, but then I'm like, what if I am going to the top set? And I'll have you know, Jenny was in the top set. So in my mind, I'm like, okay, moment of truth. Let's do this. If God wills it, it's gonna happen. I knock on that door. Boom! That door opens. And I witness. Yo, what are you telling me, Michael? I fucking downgraded to set 3. Look, I hated maths before that. But after that, the hatred for maths went even further than I can ever imagine, bro. I hated maths after that with a passion, bro. And that shit was tripping me out for weeks, bro. I was like, how the fuck did I downgrade? Look, I hated the subject, but I forced myself to be good at it at least. That's not an experience with everyone. That's just the more unfortunate people. But in year 8, there will be another big thing that happens. Drama. Now, drama in year 7, in most cases, you will get a few, like, complications in year 7, maybe a few arguments, a few fights. But it's year 8, that's when it fully starts developing. Okay, you start getting people gossiping, the rumors start spreading around, potential fights start breaking. Even the most popular couples in the school break up and they make a whole K-drama about it.
Listen, I just don't like you anymore. Like, I'm moving on to bigger things. Like, I just don't have time for you. You're a distraction.
I don't think you realize how much you mean to me.
You want some? It's done. We're done.
Oh, mic drop. Damn. Girl.
That's sad. I'm trying to lie to you. I'm not even gonna hold you. That's just
It's alright,
sad.
babe. You're better than him. You don't need him, love. You don't need him.
What?
And in my head, I'm just there like. Anyways, for the most part, year 8 is, I guess, the same as year 7. To be honest, I don't even remember year 8 that much. I'm gonna keep it real. Out of 10, I'd give year 8 a 6. 5.5 out of 10. Yeah, these ratings are quite low, but no one likes school, to be honest. If you say you like it, you're just capping out your ass. Anyway, year 9. Year 9 is hands down the worst year in any secondary school life. And I know a lot of people can agree with me on that. Year 9 is a pile of shit, bro. Drama fuels to the top, bro. That shit breaks past the limit, bro. If you want like maybe 3 fights a whole year in year 8, that shit's gonna skyrocket to 10 fights in 1 month, bro. At least in my case, that was. There were fights damn near every day, bro. People were acting up. Shit was getting real. It was crazy. Oh my god, what the fuck? You lot are stinking up the whole class. Nah. Oh my. My god, you guys not know what a shower is. Like, do you fucking bathe yourselves at all? Like, what the fuck? Bruv, do you know what a fucking mirror is? Because if you did, you would not choose to look like that every day. Oh, excuse me? Who the fuck are you talking to, bruv? Bruv, shut the fuck up, fam. You look like a whole jester, bruv, with your ugly ass, bruv. Excuse me? Who the fuck? So, like, Anthony yesterday was caught waving a knife outside a parking lot, and he got suspended for a week. In year 9, something career ending will happen to the school. For example, let's say there's, I don't know, a huge brawl in the fucking canteen or some shit, and then literally maybe a few days later you'll get some random shit like, okay guys, so you know the canteen, you know, where you eat food? Yeah, we're not using that anymore. That's shut down.
The fuck? How the fuck are we supposed to eat? Where the fuck are we gonna eat?
Okay, you're not going to be eating anything, and you're not going to be eating anywhere.
What the fuck?
Do you remember when KSI had 2 fights on one night against Swans and Pineda? Have you ever heard of 3 fights in one day? Probably. There were 3 fights in one day. 1 in the morning, 2 in the afternoon. On a snow day, alright? Literally, it was insane. And that was the fucking last straw for our principal. He had a mental breakdown, bro. Literally, at the end of the day, he got us to line up outside in the fucking snow, yeah? And he stood on this fucking hill, like he's fucking Jon Snow. And bro just got out a megaphone and he went ballistic.
Are you guys fucking insane? Are you insane? 3 fights in one day. In my whole life of teaching, I have never experienced something like this. I am forever ashamed to be a part of this school. I work my ass off to make this school a better place. But you niggas keep making it worse.
Why did he just say that?
There is no competition with this school, even I, and therefore I am done. No more. No more. I will not be a part of this school with the brain dead niggas.
Okay, bro,
No
you
more.
keep saying it.
No. That's it.
Alright.
No.
Nice one, mate. Nice one.
What the fuck do we do now? We don't have the fucking head of the fucking school. So eventually one of the teachers just had to come up and be like, yeah, just go home, please. So that was literally the day our principal rage quit from the fucking school. Hands down, year 9 is probably the most fun year, if anything. If you really like fights like me, then I quite enjoyed year 9, bro. But as a whole, it was very bad. So now I will have to stop the video here, as much as I would like to continue, but I spent quite a lot of time on this shit. So I will be making a part 2 if you want. I will continue from year 10 to 11. But if you did enjoy this video, make sure you do like and subscribe, and I will catch you in the next video.